Hi, I'm Scott Langdon, and this week on God and Autobiography, the podcast, I'm excited to begin the exploration of the love story aspect of God and Autobiography with this, our latest edition of From God to Jerry to You. In this episode titled Sex at Its Best, Jerry draws on his experience with God on the subject of sex and how love is the key component, no matter how you look at it. Next week, we debut our new series, Jerry and Abigail, an Intimate Dialogue, where Jerry and Abigail discuss in more detail the way they understand God's directive in their own lives as philosophical partners and, especially, as a married couple. Here now is Jerry Martin. I hope you enjoy the episode.
They say about sex, when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's still good. Well, there might be some truth to that, but it treats sex as an isolated event. Let's set it in context. In fact, let's set it in the context of my life. That's the context I know best. So what is the relevant context for me? It starts with falling in love with Abigail. I was stunned. I had not believed in romantic love. To me, it was a startling event. How to understand it? I rushed to see what the relationship books could tell me. Well, they're full of warnings. It's all projection, they say. In about 6 months, you'll get over it. Well, what a laugh. 20 years later, our love still feels brand new and exciting. Every time is our first time. For me, life went from black and white to technicolor. God did not appear on the scene until I had prayed several times. Nevertheless, the lines from Martin Buber's I and Thou came to mind immediately. The lines of relation meet in the eternal Thou. Well, that's true, but rather abstract. It's devoid of flesh and heavy breathing. Brought to earth, where lovers kiss and embrace, the point is more graphic. It involves the female body. I speak, of course, from the point of view of a man in love with a woman. The question is not, what is the female body to the physiologist or to the pornographer? The question is, what is the female body to the man who is in love with her? Well, the answer is that it's the most beautiful thing in the world, the most meaningfully beautiful thing, more beautiful than the Taj Mahal or the Symphony of Stars on a dark night. One might almost say, I worship at her feet. In fact, when we first made love, I found myself thinking of God. It seemed a bit irreverent, but there was more to the experience than the physical act, much more even than the personal expression of love. The experience was too powerful, too profound to stop there. It somehow pointed beyond itself, yes, to her foremost, but through her to something beyond, something deep and profound and somehow ultimate. The sexual enactment of love had a trajectory toward the divine. We're all so matter-of-fact about sex these days. I saw a program in which the principal announces, "We are a sex-positive school." Do viewers realize how meaningless that is? It's like saying, we're a food-positive school. Something isn't justified. A human activity isn't justified just by being, quote, natural. Envy is natural. Violence is natural. The challenge for all our desires is to desire the right thing and in the right way. Ideally, we would desire food that nourishes and sex that expresses love. Sex without that desire is the junk food of sexuality. If you're fortunate enough to have found a person you love and who loves you back, then pay attention to its full dimensions. When you make love, what are the resonances of meaning beyond the physical act itself? What reality is realized in the act? Is there a larger, even a cosmic context to it? Pay attention, or these deep resonances go unnoticed, and we might well miss the deepest answer to the meaning of life.
Thank you for listening to God and Autobiography, the podcast. Subscribe for free today wherever you listen to your podcasts and hear a new episode every week. You can hear the complete dramatic adaptation of God and Autobiography as Told to a Philosopher by Jerry L. Martin by beginning with episode 1 of our podcast and listening through its conclusion with episode 44. You can read the original true story in the book from which this podcast is adapted, God and Autobiography as Told to a Philosopher, available now at Amazon.com and always at godandautobiography.com. Pick up your own copy today. If you have any questions about this or any other episode, please email us at questions@godandautobiography.com and experience the world from God's perspective, as it was told to a philosopher. This is Scott Langdon. I'll see you next time.